Student loans, will they be forgiven in 2021? More than $1.7 trillion is owed by 45 million former students, according to the Federal Reserve, and almost half say they don't have any idea how they're going to pay it when the forbearance ends at the end of next month. So what now? Dr. James Hurley is the president of Tarleton State University. And, Doctor, the president ran really on forgiving at least some of that debt. But what exactly does that look like?
Well, good morning. Thanks for having me on. I think it looks very complicated from a standpoint that, the numbers you alluded to, 1.7 trillion, 45 million people. What that equates to is the average borrower owes about $32,000, call it $700, and the average student loan per month repayment is a little under $400. Right? So, of that 1.7 trillion, let's say all of it, up to I've seen the number up to 50,000, as low as 10,000. But let's say we erase 1.7 trillion dollars. The bigger question is, who pays for that?
We know the answer.
You and I.
That's right. Somebody's going to pay it.
Somebody has to pay it because that money. So here's what we have to remember. Back in the Obama administration, all student loans were rolled into federal loans or federally owned or federally controlled loans. And so all of the middlemen, middle women, middle banks, et cetera, all of those went away. So it truly became debt, national debt, to the tune of about 95% of that 1.7 trillion. One of my biggest concerns is of that 45 million, you still have roughly I think the number was 8.2 million people that are at the age of 50 or older. So roughly 8.5 million people are parents and grandparents that took out these Parent Plus loans. So it's not just that 24 to 35-year-old, which is the lion's share, but we also have over 8 million 50-plus individuals, 50 years of age, that are trying to figure out a way to repay this debt.
Now, student loan debt has never been subject to bankruptcy rules, has it?
Absolutely not, and that's a great point. So when you file for any chapter of bankruptcy, the federal student loans is not included in that bankruptcy. So that is debt that you still have to repay.
Oh, okay. So, let's ask this then. When did student loans become so burdensome, and why do people sign up for them when it doesn't seem to make sense financially?
Well, and part of the blame is on us in higher education, and we have to find ways to reduce the cost of education. We have to make it a priority, both at the state and federal government level, to help continue to subsidize the cost of education. We've allowed inflation, not only at home, but certainly at universities. Our cost is more, but we have to prioritize what's the most important. And to me, that's opportunity and access, and that's making a college education affordable for all students.
All right. Well, that seems like the bottom line right there. Doctor, we appreciate your time. Dr. James Hurley, the president of Tarleton State University, and have a great day and a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.